Welcome back. So this week there has been some stuff mainly happening towards the back of the land down by the creek, which is where I am right now. I did a lot of slashing and getting rid of trees. I've still got two-thirds of a tree to go. And then there's been some other stuff up around the garden and the front of the yard as well. But yeah, I'll turn the camera around and give you a bit of a tour again. So this is a lot of the stuff that I had taken out. It's quite a big pile of trees and bushes and stuff that I've just kind of dumped there for now. Here's the mulch mountain here, the ever decreasing mulch mountain. But this is what it looks like now. So this is the first time that I've really started kind of thinking about where I'll be hoping to put the ducks soon. Or maybe the chickens, still a little bit undecided on that. But yeah, like the creek is obviously just here. But I wanted to just clear all of this away. And part of it, I'm sure, will grow back over the next little while. But as long as I can keep it kind of a bit more subdued. And like the larger trees through here and all through here, I've taken out. And you can kind of see that one was a bit of a rough saw job over there. But yeah, I think the other thing that I'm hoping to do, and this is where the trench stuff, it's kind of for the first time that I've been able to see where the water actually flows down into the creek. But yeah, I mean, it looks a little bit so-so at the moment, but it's me just mainly pulling stuff up and throwing things wherever. So once that all kind of starts to die back a bit, given that I've pulled up its root system, I think it'll start to look better. And I've sort of started up the beginnings of a compost back here. I've got a few different piles around the land. So I figured, one here is all right. But really, I think I'll probably just start throwing a lot of grass clippings all along here to kind of keep all these weeds down and just make the soil potentially a little bit better. I mean, I figured there's no harm in having better soil back here. And then this is the tree here, the last remaining one really that I want to take down. I took down that bit there and some of the branches that came off this way. So it is looking better, but it's just going to take a bit of a go, and possibly a second person, my neighbor, might come over and just make sure I don't end up injuring or killing myself when I take this tree down. I've taken down bigger trees, but the issue here is that because this one is kind of entangled in the larger rain tree, and it actually has this branch here is actually not part of the tree. It's from the rain tree that's fallen down and just kind of wedged itself in this one. So I just want to make sure that I'm not being overly stupid when I take this one out. But I'm hoping maybe in the next, ideally in the next week or so. So maybe by the next vlog post, that one will be gone. The land is very much more dried out now, so that's a very good thing. We still don't have any rain in the forecast for the next 10 days, and it hasn't rained in quite a while now. So it's starting to feel, like every day has just become this again. And now that we're officially in the dry season, it makes a lot more sense. And it's just a nice feeling to kind of breathe a sigh of relief to know that we didn't get any major floods this year. And I know a little bit more about what the land is like and what does well with some water along its roots. Obviously not papaya. And what does do really well with water up along its roots. And thankfully, there are some that are quite happy. The other thing that I did this week for the garden was that I actually bought compost this week. And the reason for that is, first one is right here. I decided that I'd use the compost to improve some of the soil. I just bought a small bag and just planted, it was just today, I planted in some Swiss chard down here next to that custard apple. And then I planted in some Chinese cabbage, and I think it was some lettuce that was down here. So we'll see what comes up. The pumpkins have been slightly hit or miss, but these ones are doing really well. And then I got given lots of tomato plants that were just kind of growing wild. And that's really good. I only just replanted them the day before yesterday, I think it was. So they're starting to recover. Some of them look a little bit worse for wear, like that one. But yeah, others are doing really well, surprisingly well. And the cucamelons, yeah, they've started climbing up the fence, most of them. And the sunflowers, that's one that the petals got eaten by the wallaby from the last week. But these ones here, yeah, they're just starting to open properly now. And then there's another sunflower down at the end. Wallabies haven't gotten to that yet, but the wallabies spend a lot of time on this property. And I know that because they leave a lot of gifts all over the grass, which I'm happy about. Like, I'm not gonna say no to wallabies and their special little gifts, because I just think it's so cool. But the cucumbers have continued to do well. The watermelons have really taken off with leaves and a few flowers here and there, but I still don't have any watermelons. So I don't know, I think I just need to be more patient, and potentially I need to try some more things with the soil around there. But yeah, the cucumber feast has been really good lately. I actually have still a cucumber that I haven't eaten, and this one I haven't even picked, but there's plenty more. I think the gherkins were more successful than the apple cucumbers, but it's still, I mean, it's still making, these apple cucumbers are still coming along all right. But yeah, just not as many as the gherkin ones, so that's good. And I've been eating gherkin pickles this past week, and they've been really nice too. So I'm super happy with that. But again, like I planted so many cucumbers, and I guess it looks okay. When I look at it here, it looks fine. But I don't know, I just want more. I just want more. And these pumpkins, I don't know, they're so-so. Again, I think the soil is just a little bit not quite right for them. And the papayas have definitely started coming up all over the place. I'm not too sure how well they'll do where they are, but no harm in trying. Oh, speaking of papaya, oh yeah, and the tomatoes. I'm hoping that, because these are well behind the fence, so I hope that the wallabies don't think that they're so tempting that they need to break down the fence, and I hope that they just go, oh, there's a fence and I'm gonna leave it be. But we shall see, because I want to be eating those tomatoes tomorrow maybe. These are the papaya that I threw in there, I think it was maybe about a week ago, and they seem quite happy. And then in here I planted a whole bunch of pak choy again yesterday. So maybe at the next vlog post, with any luck, there'll be some pak choy growing. It's a little bit cooler now, so instead of like the mid-30s, we're sort of down to like 27, 28 every day. And the garden is, the community garden in the town has pak choy growing. And so I think that's quite good. That's like a sign of, you know, I should be able to grow it, and if I can't, I certainly can't blame the weather, because there's pak choy growing elsewhere and it's the same weather. Probably the last bit is, and oh yeah, all the papaya and everything are still doing really well all down the side here. But for new additions, I got a few more banana plants. So this is one of them. I was the one that took the suckers off of where they were before, so these were all just like given to me as well. But it's the first time that I've actually tried separating a sucker from the parent plant. I don't know how successful I have been, but when I replanted it, I've done everything that I possibly can, because I've like mixed in compost into the dirt. The dirt here seems to be fairly well, because the other banana plants are quite happy here. And I put in some Rooster Booster, so I hope to see in the weeks ahead them start to grow. But I remember it took probably a month before the other little ones here started to grow. So I will be patient, and I'll just hope that I somehow manage to remove those suckers from their parents successfully. So here's another one. I've heard that the sword suckers, these ones right here, instead of the water suckers, which are the more broad-leafed suckers that come up from bananas, these ones are meant to grow the fastest and make bananas the fastest or something. So we'll see if that holds true. I mean, I am just happy when I see them growing new leaves. And then the biggest one that was the biggest mission to take off is, oh, maybe, let's see if I can, oh, this one I must have stepped in. Oh, here's a good one. They're like, these are the wallaby gifts. There's probably 20 of them, and they're not dog stuff. They're definitely wallaby stuff because they're all just grass essentially. But yeah, they're everywhere. Like, here's some more. This is a fascinating blog, I know. Oh, and there's some more in there. So it's like there's herds of them that come through in the morning, and oh, there's some more. So they've been leaving my sugar cane alone lately. It's getting a lot bigger, so that's good news. But this is the biggest banana plant, and again, I think this is the sword, the sword ones. But yeah, I imagine it'll take quite a while before it gets its root system sorted, but I really have given it the best opportunity. This one here still hasn't properly grown, and so that's why it just pushed me to go, okay, well, this one is taking its sweet old time, so I'll put this one in and see if it does any better. Being a larger banana plant, I'm totally unsure, because that used to be the largest one out of all of these ones down the side. But the fact that it's the only one that hasn't really properly grown, yeah, we'll see. And I'll just keep watering them and feeding them and giving them lots of grass clippings to be happy banana plants, and we'll see the results over the next couple months. In terms of other projects over the week ahead, I may end up doing some of the adding to mulch down here by the guava tree. It kind of fits in with my strategy of removing as much grass from this land as possible, so less to mow, and just putting in some mulch and taking out there's all sorts of more things that are growing back there that after Herman went through and removed it all, to see them starting to grow back again, I just kind of go, no, I just want to dump a whole lot of mulch on them and grass clippings and not see any weeds over there for the next little while. Oh, there's some beautiful birds up there. That's it for this week. So I'm sure there's probably a better way of getting everything into the shot than this one, but I have 4 apple cucumbers and 1 gherkin cucumber to celebrate today. It's the first proper medium harvest that I've done. Obviously there's been the shallots and the tomato, but this feels like the real first haul. So I'm going to take them back to the house and have a bit of a feast.